Hello! I'm getting a lot of drop flames on this screen, so I'm gonna switch to this one and just see if it gets better. Oh my god, my internet is so bad. It is possible I'm accidentally downloading something. It is a possibility. Okay, I've got yellow instead of red, which is better. No, I'm back on red now. Green! Okay. Don't know what was going on. Oh no. Oh dear. No, red.
Hello.
Hi Charlie, if you can even hear me, my internet's playing up. Which it did not reveal to me before I started streaming. Hi Lacey, thanks for resubscribing Charlie. 14 months, wild. Hi Lexi, tell my internet off, I want to play. You can hear, yeah, okay, I might just be like blinking in and out. Hi Poggo, way, way. Good, I'm glad you can't hear me Lexi, I'm not talking to you anyway. I'm talking to Charlie and Poggo. And you can't even hear me dissing you. My internet, it ain't doing well. What are you wowing, Lexi? You can't even hear me. You crazy cat. Okay, it looks like it's getting stabler. Oh no, I spoke too soon, it's gone back. I want to play Sherlock Holmes game. I like them, they're usually quite good. It's definitely stabling out because the drop frames has gone, the percentage has gone way down. But we'll just give it a couple of minutes to stabilize. Oh no. If the stream cuts out, you know it's just because my internet died. If my internet cuts out, know that I love you. Know that I love each and every one of you. Hey, hey Poggo, what about stream elements? Underrated mod. You're pretty good, Lexi. You're pretty good. I'd give you a solid 6 out of 10. I'm kidding. I can't do that to you. I can't even go through with the joke. Okay, it's kind of stable. Oh no! Every time I say, okay, we might as well start, it like plummets. True. True, you can't hear me. I might as well continue to insult you behind your back. That's what a true hero does. That's what a true friend does. Right, we're gonna start and just see how it goes. I can't imagine this game from 2008 is gonna be a high frame rate required. I'm scared though. Also, I put my playthrough of Gabriel Knight on my YouTube channel where I only really put my Nancy Drew playthroughs, and I got like more views than ever. It said my views have gone up like 60,000%. It was funny. Gabriel Knight, popular. Popular lad, Gabriel Knight. Okay.
In the name of my health and yours, Holmes, stop smoking so much. There is more fog in our apartment than in the street.
You are right, Watson, but this evening is never ending, and I have nothing to do but make smoke rings. A more amusing pastime would suit better, but my doctor is against it.
Perhaps a little tune on the violin.
My heart is not in it tonight, Watson. Have you noticed how this cigarette burns? Would you not say it is like a life being consumed?
Hi, Chimkin.
How many
Band
lives
pogging.
will end tonight in London? How many crimes will be committed within the life of a single cigarette? Ah, the vanity of existence. It is but complaints and smoke, the meagre panache of its sickly soul.
The tobacco is giving you very somber thoughts. I am certain that this inactivity will not last.
We're insufferable. I hate us.
You'll be in better humour tomorrow.
Reason speaks. Let's to bed.
Ah, think of the crimes being committed while I smoke this cigarette. Mwahaha. I love it. True. You are a tyrant. I'm scared. I live in fear. I only stream because Lexi said I have to. She also said I had to dye my hair purple. No, no way. And it looks great. Well, I did wash my hair and it kind of went out a little bit. But I'm trying to make it last until my birthday, which is in November. So you're gonna have to put up with greasy hair. Oh my god, Jack the Ripper can fly. He's a bat.
Come this way, my lovely. We'll have a right good time. Wait, let me help you.
Goodness.
Oh, it's my hair that pleases you.
They could have cut away. They could have cut the camera away after that. I don't think we need to be watching this in particular.
The news is as dark as the sky, Holmes.
Also, let me know if it's too loud. It's pretty loud for me.
The murder of a poor woman in the East End. The unfortunate girl was discovered last night, lying in the street, still warm. The murderer was filled with an incredible savagery. Oh, the article gave me shivers down my spine. The inspectors in charge of the case don't seem to have even the slightest lead. A similar murder took place less than a month ago.
Ah, love. A romantic walk, a kiss in the moonlight, a polite refusal, a terrible anger, and a hanging.
This area of Whitechapel is a disgrace to London. The government should take serious note of what is going on there.
Whitechapel? This woman was found in Whitechapel?
Yes, indeed. Bucks Row, to be specific.
Then it was not a question of romance, but of commerce. Unless these women actually take pleasure in the vice, the female nature is completely...
Holmes, do you hear yourself?
Yeah, you tell him,
woman
Watson.
was
He's
dead
being
under
insufferable.
Unspeakable circumstances. No less than any other, she was a human, and one of Her Majesty's subjects. None of these streetwalkers of which you speak have any other way to survive but by selling their bodies. You know as well as I that our era is not a gentle one, and these women don't have much to look forward to. Some grace, if you would. Do not refuse them your compassion.
Do not say another word, my dear Watson. We shall leave immediately for Whitechapel.
To the scene of the crime?
No, I think it would be better to arrive there a bit later once night has fallen. At the moment, the spot will be overrun by police officers and spectators. It will be impossible to investigate properly.
Then where are we going?
Why
Holmes?
did they not
The
give
best thing to
Sherlock
do would
Holmes
be
a
to head
proper
to the police
microphone?
station and attempt to get a copy of the preliminary reports.
Or did
But
they
the
let
article
him
in the
record
Star
like
seemed
this?
quite complete to me.
You must know, Watson, that journalists often draw conclusions from the facts without a proper understanding of how to do this delicate task. We must obtain the reports from the inspector in charge, as well as those from the coroner.
Very well, Holmes, but all the same.
It seems to me that I have a map of London somewhere, Watson. Can you find it and locate Whitechapel while I get ready?
You are too kind, Holmes. Searching through your mess?
The Star. Ah, okay. Also, can you believe this time next week we'll be playing Dragon Age? I've decided I will be streaming it because otherwise you will never see me again. Okay. The Whitechapel Horror, the third crime of a man who must be a maniac. Journalism, right? Women lured to by streets to be butchered, the latest victim identified, opening of the inquest, great local excitement. The victim of the latest Whitechapel Horror, the woman who was found yesterday morning in Bucks Row completely disemboweled and with her head nearly gashed from her body, was for a time completely unknown. As the news of the murder spread, however, first one woman and then another came forward to view the body, and at length it was found that a woman answering the description of the murdered woman had lodged in a common lodging house, 18 Thrall Street, Spitalfields. Women from that place were fetched and they identified the deceased as Polly, who had shared a room with 3 other women in the place on the usual terms of such houses, nightly payments of 4 pennies each woman having a separate bed. It was gathered that the deceased had led the life of an unfortunate while lodging in the house, which was only for about 3 weeks past. Nothing more was known of her by then, but that when she presented herself for her lodgings on Thursday night, she was turned away by the deputy because she had not the money. She was then the worse for drink, but not drunk, and turned away laughing, saying, "I'll soon get my DOS money. See, what a jolly bonnet I've got now." She was wearing a bonnet which she had not been seen with before, and left the lodging-house door. A woman of the neighbourhood saw her later, she told the police, even as late as 2:30 on Friday morning in Whitechapel Road. I guess we don't get to read. Oh, we do get to read it. Opposite the church and at the corner of Osborne Street, and at 3:45 she was found within 500 yards of the spot murdered. The people of the lodging house knew her as Polly, but at about 7:30 last evening a woman named Mary Ann Monk, at present an inmate of Lambeth Workhouse, was taken to the mortuary and identified the body as that of Mary Ann Nichols, also called Polly Nichols. She knew her, she said, as they were inmates of the Lambeth Workhouse together in April and May last year, the deceased having been passed there from another workhouse. On 12th of May, according to Monk, Nichols left the workhouse to take a situation as servant at Ingleside, Wandsworth Common. afterwards became known that Nichols betrayed her trust as domestic servant by stealing £3 from her employer and absconding. From that time she had been wandering about. Monk met her, she said, about 6 weeks ago when herself out of the workhouse and drank with her. She was sure the deceased was Polly Nichols, and having twice viewed the features as the body lay in a shell, maintained her opinion. There is a terribly significant similarity between this ghastly crime and the 2 mysterious murders of women which have occurred in the same district within the last 3 months. In each case, the victim has been a woman of abandoned character. Each crime has been committed in the dark hours of the morning, and more important still, as pointing to one man, and that man a maniac. Being the culprit, each murder has been accompanied by hideous mutilation. Is this a real newspaper article? Because it's very awkwardly written. In the second case, that of the woman Martha Turner, it will be remembered that no fewer than 30 stabs were inflicted. The scene of this murder was George Yard, a place appropriately known locally as the slaughterhouse. As in both of the cases, there was in this not the slightest clue to the murderer. No one was known to have any motive for causing the woman's death. She was parted from her husband, had lived with a man named Turner, but the searching coroner's inquiry revealed nothing connecting either with the crime. It was fancied that some of her many wounds had been caused by a bayonet, and she was said to have been seen with a soldier shortly before her death. Some soldiers were paraded at the tower, and one was said to have been identified by a policeman as having been waiting around George Yard just about the time of the murder, but nothing came of it. The first murder, which strangely enough did not rouse much interest, was committed in Osborne Street. The woman in that case was alive when discovered but unconscious, and she died in the hospital without recovering her senses. Consequently, she was unable to whisper a word to the police on the track of her fiendish assailant, and her murder has remained a mystery. All 3 crimes have been committed within a very small radius. Each of the ill-lighted thoroughfares to which the women were decoyed to be foully butchered are off turnings from Whitechapel Road, and all are within half a mile. The fact that these 3 tragedies have been committed within such a limited area and are so strongly alike in their details is forcing on all minds the conviction that they are the work of some cool, cunning man with a mania for murder. There was no new light thrown on the case this morning. At 9 o'clock, the body of the deceased was removed from the mortuary to an improvised operating room on the premises, and Dr. Ralph Llewellyn made a post-mortem examination. The object of the examination was to determine, if possible, the order in which the various cuts were made. It is evident from the cuts in the throat that the head was bent back by the murderer before the knife was used. Whether the other mutilation took place before or after death remains to be settled, as also the position in which the woman lay when the deed done. There are several questions of this kind which may throw light on the case, notably the small quantity of blood at the place where she was found, and the fact there must have been much of it somewhere else. At present, clues to the murder are entirely lacking, and the location of the place where the deed was done was the first point necessary to establish. Very good. You control Dr. Watson to move in the game, just left click on the destination. Okay. Point and click.
Well, Holmes has received some French champagne with a card, a gift from a young admirer, signed Raoul d'Andrecy. Who on earth could that be?
Good. In this game you can change your playing perspective at will. Press R key or middle mouse button to switch to first person mode ahead of its time. You can use the WASD. Cap locks or left shift. I love it. It's what I've always wanted.
A map of London, at last. Let's see. The district of Whitechapel.
If you're ever in London, do not go to the Jack the Ripper Museum. Me and my friend went. All they had was the truncheon of the police officer who found the body of one of the bodies. That was like the caliber.
I found the map, Holmes, and I was able to locate the Whitechapel police station.
Congratulations, Watson. Come, the game is afoot. You can read the article to me on the way. We have arrived, Watson, in Whitechapel.
Not very bright, and what cold! Brr, a typical London morning.
Come, Watson, let's find this police station.
Oh, now I have to be the insufferable Sherlock Holmes.
Well, this station isn't very well kept, I say.
It's a local outpost, Watson. The daily tasks that confront these constables are not the easiest, and they are poorly paid.
So let's come and laugh at them. Okay.
Gentlemen, welcome.
Hello, I would like to speak with the Chief Inspector, if you
The
please.
sun is on
Constable
my
Humphreys
screen.
here. I am the only one in at the moment. What do you want with the chief?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am...
Sherlock Holmes? The detective that I read about in the papers? Well, that's a treat, that is. You come about the Buck Road case, have you? Indeed.
Not at all. We were just passing by chance. You say that there was a crime recently.
You don't know? You must be the only folk in London who haven't heard.
It won't be long until you find the culprit, no doubt.
Nothing is less certain. Suspects 0. Clues 0. It's not good for us, especially not in this district.
It must have been so easy to get away with murder back then. But also, I guess they also could blame it on you for less reason than they can today.
Listen, this isn't what I came here for, but if I can be of service, in a confidential capacity, of course, if you can entrust me with a copy of the preliminary reports, I could study them and return later with my conclusions.
It's just that these are official documents. I can't take a decision like that without the inspectors. The sooner we know the facts in the file, the sooner we can be of help, my friend. So, if you are Sherlock Holmes, you can find anything, isn't that true? With your magnifying glass, footprints?
My performance is often embellished by my biographer.
Ah, good, good. I will give you the reports, but could you do me a small favour first? During my rounds, I dropped a leather folder containing some papers. Nothing of importance, but it's a big mistake. I would go looking for it myself,
You fool.
but I am stuck here on duty. I must have lost it near the seedy boarding house not far from here. Left when you leave the courtyard and left again in the lane. Perhaps you could go, ask around.
All right, but why were you near the seedy boarding house, hey?
We shall see what we can do. Are we going to go look for these documents?
Why not? It'll give us an occasion to take a tour of the district, Watson.
Left. Oh my goodness. Hello, sir. You seen any documents around here?
Pardon me, but can you give me some information?
Hi, Kona.
misery
Look at
is a
those
terrible
eyebrows.
thing.
No. What about you, sweeper?
Good day, sir. You wouldn't happen to have seen a leather folder on the ground around here, would you?
Good day, gentlemen. Finley, caretaker
Good
of this
day,
building. Here
gentlemen.
to serve. And yes, less than an hour ago. But some of the local urchins picked it up and God only knows where it might be now.
Not the
That's
urchins.
unfortunate. This police
Oh.
bag contained documents that the local police will miss.
Your inspectors?
Not at all.
Ugh,
I
the
am
yawns
Dr.
are
Watson,
yawning.
And this is Sherlock Holmes, the detective.
Sherlock Holmes, the great detective. You must be here about last night's murder. Have you discovered the identity of the poor woman?
Indeed,
I read the
only need to
newspaper.
read the papers.
Mine is dated from this morning, and it does not say who it is.
Well, I know.
I'm not really engaged in this case, but if I can help the police, I will do so willingly.
Oh, to be sure. I've been told that Inspector Aberline is in charge. A very capable man.
I know him from Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
So, according to you, I have no chance of finding this folder then?
Indeed. But I, on the other hand, should be able to find it. Do me a favour, in
Oh
exchange,
my
a
God.
vagrant comes almost every
It's
night
that kind
to
of
sleep
game,
in one of
huh?
the nooks not far from my windows. He coughs, howls, sometimes even sings. He's quite hefty and I don't dare approach him. I've lost 3 tenants because of him. If it's you who speaks to the police, they will take this matter more seriously. Tell them about the captain. They'll know who you're talking about. In the meantime, I'll find your police bag.
Kona. Sweet Kona. Well, I'm not reading more. I've read enough.
Let's go to the police station.
Oh my gosh. Kona. Sweet, sweet Kona. Right, but we can run. Woohoo! We're fast. I'm back! Somebody gave me another quest. I'm gonna accidentally keep doing that because that is E and I keep pressing E to talk to people.
So, gentlemen, have you found my police bag?
Not quite yet. Do you know a vagrant who goes by the name of the Captain?
Captain? Yes, an old sailor, strong as a Turk and tattooed from head to toe. The drink has turned him into a derelict.
He appears to be causing some problems for the caretaker of the building at the end of the street.
What do you want us to do? Every night, stairwells, halls and porches become public dormitories, and people don't only come to sleep. I believe this man has a niece who puts him up sometimes. Her lodgings are in Commercial Street, right after the alley with the boarding house. You won't forget my folder, will you?
I have. I've already forgotten your folder. Who are you?
Do you believe this woman will agree to have her uncle stay with her?
No idea. Oh well, let's go see her just the same.
Honestly, they let the guy who plays Sherlock Holmes record his lines in the bathroom. For some reason. Made everyone else come to the recording studio. I don't know if they mean like here or that way more. Hello, police. It must be the alley after this one. This game looks so 2008. The colours.
There. This is where the niece of the captain must live.
Everything. Where is she? Oh, here? This one? I don't know which one.
Batty Street.
Oh, there. There she is. Cozy and scary. That... Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, we did see a woman getting murdered at the beginning.
Good day,
And
miss.
the
Would you
camera
happen to
lingered
be
way
the
too
niece of
long.
The man known as the Captain.
Oh, yes, that would be me. What has he done this time? He isn't... Oh my god, I'm on my way.
Oh my god.
Miss, we have come to ask if you could have your uncle come live with you. He sleeps under the windows of a boarding house, causes the caretaker no end of problems.
I know. I've lodged him for a while, and he was the same here. My landlord made me kick him out. I'm ashamed, you know. I never should have.
A woman.
Day and night.
A woman. It's just like... It was like first person, her getting strangled and then stabbed. And like, but it just lingered way too long.
There might be a way to calm his cough. I am a doctor. I could examine him.
He went to see a doctor at the clinic, but the medicine costs too much. I can hardly pay my rent.
We will see to it. Where might your uncle be found?
I don't know. He must be in the vicinity, but I don't know exactly where.
Boy.
We'll find him.
Holmes, this is serious. Find an alcoholic in Whitechapel? A needle in a haystack would be easier.
Come, dear doctor, let's trust to our lucky star. Moreover, we also have our informers, remember?
Are you referring to those brats to whom you are always giving charity?
Exactly, my secret police. Some of them must surely roam in this area. It suffices to find them.
Oh look, a cold child we can exploit. Hey, child. I'll feed you if you tell me everything you know.
Hello, young man. How are you?
I recognize him. It's the lad who sells newspapers, who is always calling outside our windows at Baker Street, early in the morning.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. It's a treat to see you again. What can I do?
Would you happen to know an old sailor who goes by the name of the Captain? A poor man who hits the bottle a bit hard.
Of course, Mr. Holmes. He's there at the end of the street.
I don't know what accent that is.
But be careful. He can be a tough customer, that one.
Very good, my young man. The doctor will give you a little something. Watson?
Huh? I say, Holmes?
Is he always such a skinflint with you, Mr. Holmes? Well, thanks to you, Mr. Holmes. Anytime you need me.
Okay, you said at the end of the street, but which end? I mean, he's got tattoos on him from head to toe, they said, so maybe we'll be able to find him.
I have no reason to go that way.
Good. Thought I was looking for somebody who's always sneezing. Whitechapel Street. Hello, sir.
Excuse me, my good man.
What? I know you.
No. I actually don't know where to go, so... Lucy's lodgings, boarding house, police station. Oh god, oh Christ. They actually expect me to figure it out. He's there at the end of the street, round to the left he is. But be careful, it can be a tough customer, that one. Okay. Finally. Oh, I switched to this person. You can... Third person. Finally, the role I was born to play. Cold child. Thank you, Coda. Oi, mister.
Come, my lord. A little coin. Oi!
We just stared at him. Oi! Ooh. He's there at the end of the street, he is. But where, boy? Which street? This street? You. I'm going to talk to everyone.
I
This
can
guy?
hear someone coughing more
It's
than is
him.
natural, Holmes.
Yes, Watson. The poor man cannot be too far away.
It's him.
If, in order to listen to us, this man imposes as condition that we find his pet cockroach, there will be another murder in Whitechapel today, Watson. Yours.
Ah. He is in a critical state, Holmes. He has barely a month left.
Is there a way,
Jeez
dear doctor,
Louise.
to ensure that this last month passes in silence?
Really, Holmes, sometimes you... Oh, really? I will make note of some medicine to get immediately that will relieve his pain.
Very well. I will locate an apothecary or a clinic.
He was like, okay, he's dying, but is there any way to make him die quietly? We're the worst. I saw a dispensary when we were running around before. Now, what kind of dispensary? Drugs. Let me in, I want to buy drugs.
This building is a clinic.
Good day, sir. Dr. Gibbons. You aren't from around these parts.
Indeed, Doctor. It is for someone from your neighbourhood that I am here, though. His doctor
Looks
asked that
quite
I pass
clean for a
medicine on his
Victorian
behalf.
hospital.
I have the note here.
Dr. Watson? Not from round here neither. This medication is quite dear. Certain documents are necessary to obtain them for free.
I don't have it. You'll have to accept my spare change. Will it be enough?
Enough to relieve your patient for a month. Would you like me to make this prescription available after that time?
According to Dr. Watson, that won't be necessary.
The possibility of a recovery?
A definitive one, yes.
There, sir.
Thank you.
Recovery of death. Where is
It's rather
everybody?
quiet here.
An unusual change
God
of
is
events.
truth.
The majority of the people
God is
hereabouts
holy.
went out last
God
night
is
to
good.
see the great fire at the warehouse. The patients that I was minding and my staff were no exception. The former were dramatically healed, and the latter ended up sick. And with the murder last night, most of the people who weren't working wandered over to the scene of the crime. Their little aches and pains will wait until tonight or tomorrow.
A squalid murder, it would seem.
Just like what this area has become.
My thanks, Doctor.
Not at all.
Keep up the good work. See, I'm going to keep pressing that. I'm going to keep pressing E instead of clicking. Right, back to Watson and the dying man. I don't think I will be doing this point and click version. Seems a bit... I feel like I'll get lost. I think it's much easier to find your way around in first. There we go, I pressed it again.
Find the medicine, Holmes. We must make haste.
I did! I got it!
Find the medicine, Holmes.
What? What? I've got... Did I not pick it up? Oh, I did. How do I... Yeah, okay.
Here is the medication, Watson.
Okay.
Is our man movable?
He should be able to stand in a few minutes and will no longer be suffering from his cough before long.
Consider the affair resolved. Accompany him to his niece's while I return to the boarding house, and then join me at the police station. Let's return to the boarding house.
Okay. Hello, cold child. I'll be back to make you give me information later.
I have good news for you, Mr. Finley. We have sent the captain to stay with a relative, and he shouldn't bother you for a while.
I also have some good news. I have your police bag.
Thank you. I bid you good day.
Oh, it was nothing. Tell me, one of my wife's friends lost...
Another day, Finley. Another day. Let's go to the
Yeah,
police station.
it's Victorian London. There's going to be a lot of children on the ground.
So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes? So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, do I need to select his... Oh, wrong button. Here. You silly sausage.
Are you sure it's the police bag that you lost?
Yes, but someone attempted to force it open. They didn't succeed, but now the lock is stuck. Perhaps you could...
Let's see.
No. Why? How am I supposed to do this? Are the numbers supposed to add up? So that one and that one are meant to be 4. That one and that one are 2, and that one and that one should be 6. Is that what we've got to do here? Okay. It's not a good start. It's not a good start to the game at all. Okay, so let's do that again. 5, 4, 3, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. I'm gonna reset. Okay. So to make, I mean, I don't even know if this is how it's meant to be. Can I leave? Is there a clue or anything around?
So, what news do you have, Mr. Holmes?
That your lock's stupid. That's my news.
This must be the door that leads to the cells.
Okay, I guess it's the bag, and there's no clues. So, I think it's that the numbers have to add up. But I don't even know which numbers are on the outside because we need the 4 to make the 6. So I want the 4 up there. So if these were switched around, that would work. So I've got to work out how to get the 4 there and the 2 there. And the 6 there. So I'm going to actually... Where did I put my pen? Where did I take it? Oh, I had to take it out of the room. I'm just going to write this down so that we know that 3, 1, 5 should be there. So I don't forget. Writing it down, writing it down. This is the first puzzle of the game. This is embarrassing. No, we want that to be 2. That should be 4, and that should be 6. Okay. We got this. We got this. So 4 should be. So that's how it should be, but now these numbers are wrong. No, just solve it for me, Lexi, please. You're in charge now. I don't like it. Subtract the 2. Okay, and then if I do that. But now these are the wrong way. If I... My personally favourite of opening locks begins with oxy and ends in acetylene. Acetylene. I don't get it. I'm not a criminal though. Like Lexi, I don't know things. I don't know things and other things. No one here is saying you're a criminal. I am. What do you think about that, Lexi? Huh? What do you think about that? I didn't want to do that. I wanted this one to move. I'm scared. I'll make you scared of ham. Okay, and then if I do... Gosh darn it. Okay, now the 4 and the 6 are the wrong way. Gosh darn it. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. No, because then the 2's gonna move. I keep just moving things over. I've messed up, I think. I just can't get the logic of it. Just back there. I can't get the logic of what I need to turn when. I'm like halfway there. I don't even know if this is the right thing. That's the annoying thing. I don't even know if what I'm trying to do is right. I want those 2 switched. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, if it not a prayer. Chicken at a bed. I would like chicken and a beer. That'd be good. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, chicken and a bear. What are some other funny ones of people putting things into that song? I've heard. I feel like I've heard a lot of them. I feel like you can put in quite a bit. Yeah, I'm like this close to looking this up. I can't lie. I'm gonna give it one more go. Okay. So I want those 2 reversed. So how would I do that? Chucking this one out. Pushing that one forward. Forward again. And then But then we're just... everything's all over the place. The 3 is nowhere to be found. No, I've just put them back, basically. Okay. And then this. I've messed up this. Okay. So now we want multiple things changed around. Okay, like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. I don't know. Okay, and then we chuck the 2 in. We chuck the 1 in. And we chuck the 3 in. Okay, so those are now in the correct order. But if we turn this round, the 4 and the 6 are in the wrong place again, which is exactly where we were when we started. So we need to move the 6. I don't like this one bit. I don't like it. Because then I need that to go there. I need that up there, but when I turn it to put the 4 in, the 5's going to be there. This is the first puzzle of the game I would like to add. The 2's up there anyway, so it is no good. The 2 needs to be there. This doesn't bode well, does it? No, you're banned from being there. Banned, I said. Where's the 6? I feel like I've just messed this all up even more. Gurgle is, but but you can't cheat on the first puzzle of a game. And then you just, that's basically admitting that you're going to cheat on every single puzzle. Because for me, it's like once I open the floodgates of realizing I don't need to think, I will be lazy. That's why I'm desperately trying, because otherwise I will be like, well, what's the point in thinking? Because I can just Google it. What's the point in anything? Cry. Cry, sob. No, Kona, we're not young enough for anything anymore. We're not too young for anything now. Yes, I think so. So basically, I think the ones at the here at the sides, these have got to add up to. Well, basically the target audience. No, I didn't get it successful. I've never got it to successfully add up. It's these two. These two need to switch. Shall I reset? I don't think so. Hi, Fart Bubbler. Welcome to the mental breakdown that we're all having at the same time. It's kind of beautiful, if you think about it. It's kind of nice. No, I'm really tired. I'm so tired. I'm sleepy. I will never rest. Okay, well, I'm looking it up. I'm bored of this puzzle now. I'm bored. It's been so long. It's been 82 years. What is this game called? Versus... You found the answer. What is it, Kona? Tell me. Walkthrough. Is it super easy? Was I even right at all? Oh, turns out I missed a lot of stuff. This walkthrough, I'm like, I have not done any of that. But I'm right twice. Nobody speak in chat so I can use this answer. Nobody chat. Because otherwise the answer will go away. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna find you. And I'm gonna
All done.
A big
Keel
thank you, Mr.
Universe
Holmes.
to you.
Think nothing of it, my friend.
There we go. There we go. I didn't even
So, the reports.
Why don't you wait till the inspectors get back? You would certainly learn more.
If I wanted to meet the inspectors, I would have done so. So, give me the preliminary reports, and above all, do not mention my visit to anyone. Is that
me
clear?
at Lexi.
Sure, if that's what you want. Here are the reports.
Thank you.
Well, it's not a good sign at all, is it? Her throat had been cut from left to right, 2 distinct cuts being on the left side, the windpipe, gullet, and spinal cord being cut through. A bruise apparently of a thumb being on the right lower jaw, also one on the left cheek. The abdomen had been cut open from the centre of the bottom of the ribs, along right side. Under the pelvis to the left of the stomach, there the wound was jagged. The omentum of coating of the stomach was also cut in several places, and 2 small stab on private parts, apparently done with a strong bladed knife, supposed to have been done by some left-handed person, death being almost instantaneous. Yeah, it never happened. On to the next puzzle.
Have you obtained the preliminary reports?
Yes, we'll read them on the go. Let's to the scene of the crime at Bucks Row, Watson.
What is scene of Polly Nichols' murder? Clinic. Oh. Magic. Okay, I'm here, I think.
But what are all these people doing here, Holmes?
Now we get
Apparently,
back to
they're
what we
going
do
see the scene of the
best.
crime.
What about us? Aren't we going to see it?
We will return this evening, Watson. The circumstances should be ideal for carrying out our little experiments. Well, Watson, we are at the scene of the Polly Nichols murder. Imagine the victim lying at the spot where she was found and try to discern all of the clues we can. Watson, you are a writer. I am therefore entrusting you with our deduction board. It will help us to establish certain facts.
Understood, Holmes.
I'm gonna go to sleep now. Like, what's happening? Why does it... So, something weird it does, it always starts things off by looking at something black. Like, so you think it's loading. Sleepy.
The body was lying on its back, legs straightened slightly apart. The skirt had been lifted up to the middle of the body. The left hand was touching the barn door.
Murder of Polly Nichols. Right. What now? What am I doing? The corpse was still warm. Deduction board.
The body was still warm. Let's reread the preliminary report for the details on the wounds inflicted upon this poor woman. Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Okay.
The throat was slit from left to right. There are 2 incisions.
It's pretty graphic. Okay. Where else can I
The
look?
throat was slit from left to right.
Her dress was torn.
A
Oh,
small pool of blood, 6 inches in diameter.
Oh.
The tongue is swollen. There's a
Bruise.
bruise on the left cheek. There is a bruise at the level of the right maxilla.
Not the maxilla. This is so 2008. It's unreal. Can we... How do we know when we're done? That's the
throat
thing.
was slit from...
You're annoying, Sherlock Holmes. I'm just clicking all over her.
A small pool of blood, 6 inches.
We got the bruising.
The tongue is
17
swollen.
plus. I imagine it's not the puzzles. I imagine it's the grimness.
There is a black bonnet near the left hand.
Okay. She was wearing cool shoes.
The body was still warm. Let's
The preliminary report. How do I do that? Documents. Cut from left to right, 2 distinct cuts. Windpipe, gullet, spinal cord being cut through, bruise. Yeah, I got that one. Left cheek, got that one. How do we look at the abdomen? Like,
The body was still warm. Let's look at this poor woman.
like, I can only look at her top when she was stabbed in the belly. So how do we do that? How do we look at it? Guess they don't want us
The body
to.
was still warm. Let's reread the preliminary report for the details.
I did!
No marks on the ground. The
I
ground
reread
was
it.
muddy.
Damn you, Sherlock Holmes!
No signs of blood.
If you know the answers, why doesn't he just play the game by himself? Has he ever thought about that?
What are we doing, Holmes?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, to be honest, Watson. Just wandering around aimlessly from A to B. You know, playing games, reading some books. It's hard. It's hard stuff, Watson. Thanks for asking. Smoochies. They're smooching. Right where this body is. How do I put my deduction board together again? Okay. They like it. Yeah, they probably came here specifically for that reason. I don't really understand the deduction board. Does that help? Okay, you must deduce the facts based on the observations. Click on the observation on the left side of the screen and position it on one of the spaces at the centre, box containing an arrow appearing on the screen. By clicking on an arrow, the 3 possible deductions will display. You must choose one. Once all of the facts in the right side of the screen have been outlined green, your deduction work on the murder at hand will be over. Okay. The corpse was still warm. I don't really understand it still, but you know. The murderer warmed the victim up. I guess that the victim wasn't dragged is alright. I mean, that's gotta be right. I mean... Can they go anywhere? Oh, wait. Now I'm looking at... No traces of blood on the walls. Guessing that one goes there. Dirty and damp ground. I don't know. How could you deduce this? A little pool of blood. Put that there. It's just a black bonnet. I don't know. We know that because we saw it. We got the cutscene version. Okay, that one's right. There we go. I've done it. I've smashed it. Now what? They all have a green outline. Hey, Yale. How's it going? This is a really strange game so far. Strange, strange, strange. I've deduced, Watson.
What do you think, Holmes?
I've deduced it all. Oh, you've just started it yourself. Awesome. Yeah, we've just started it. It's a bit hard to work out what to do, I must say. Yeah, I absolutely smashed it.
I have no reason to go that way.
I didn't get Kona to cheat for me at all. Hello, smoochers.
This
Did you
spot
see
is
anything?
deserted, Holmes. Prostitutes only come here to exercise.
Okay, that's a deduction,
This
is
spot
it?
is deserted, Holmes. Prostitutes only come here to exercise.
I like how he'll say prostitutes but won't say
There's only one street light
sex.
lit on this street, Watson, and this spot is particularly poorly lit. Well, Watson, we have found all of the possible clues,
Oh,
I
cool.
think. We will now attempt to recreate the scene of the murder. Come closer, Watson. I have to make you up.
Come closer,
You are
Watson.
joking,
I need to
Holmes.
stare at you. Kona is the code
I
breaker.
feel ridiculous, Holmes.
Now,
You look-
Watson,
you look
come and
beautiful,
stand here in
Watson.
front of me. You shall play the role of the poor woman, and I shall play that of the murderer. Let's try to reconstruct the facts to ensure the final result corresponds indisputably to the way that Polly Nichols was killed.
Okay. Yeah, I've played, honestly I can't remember the names of them. Crime and Punishment. I've played another one of that same era that I can't remember. And then I've played Chapter 1, like of the newest one. Yeah, I didn't really like the newest one. I like to solve, I don't like to fight. I'm a solver, not a fighter. Okay. This isn't how I would solve a crime. This just seems like an excuse to mount Watson, to be
I
honest.
hope that, as with the real murder, nobody had to witness all of that, Watson. If the murderer used his right hand astride his victim, there wasn't much room.
How do I change it then? What's this? Oh. Zoom in. How does? Oh, okay. don't know about his position. Stand up. With your hands. Left hand on your neck. Yeah.
This position is unlikely.
Strangle him. Strangle Watson, I say. What are we trying to work out? How he stabbed her, or how he strangled her? I'm confused. I think it did say he was left-handed. Stomach it is.
No, I don't think that things went like that. The murderer didn't attempt to stab his victim in the stomach.
Well, good. Thanks for letting me know.
This position is unlikely.
Good. Hi, onion.
If the killer positioned himself to the side of the victim to slit her throat, regardless of which hand he used, he would have risked seeing the blood flow uncontrollably towards him.
Okay, we're getting clues, I guess.
The murderer had enough room to inflict the wounds to the neck, and these wounds suggest the left hand was used.
Poor Watson. What nonsense is this? Okay. Now what? I'm gonna ask for help. Choose the position of the victim, played by Dr. Watson. Stab him in the stomach.
I don't think that things went like that. The murderer didn't attempt to stab his victim
It's going
in the
good,
stomach.
thank you. As with puzzle games, you get to witness me fumble live. Hi, Khaled. I try my best. I try.
This position is unlikely.
Can I leave? I feel like we've got everything we need. Can we stop stabbing Watson now? Can Watson wash his face now? Okay, our deduction's still done. I'm guessing we haven't successfully strangled Watson. Oh, you know me. You know me.
Sorry, Watson. No, the victim wasn't already lying down on the ground before dying.
Yeah, that's what I said. What did he say?
This position is unlikely.
It's unlikely. The position's unlikely for strangling. Okay.
No,
Side.
there's no reason the murderer would be positioned like this. The grip would be awkward. This position isn't very comfortable either.
I don't know what these things at the top are. I feel like... Yeah, Watson... Poor Watson, he's gonna have nightmares.
This position is unlikely.
Watson's having nightmares tonight, I tells you.
No, had the victim had her throat slit while standing, there would naturally...
Do we just have to go through every possible outcome?
This position is unlikely.
But we saw it in the cutscene. He just went and went. What do you mean unlikely? We saw it. I saw it. I was there. I'm a witness. Watson just looks so fed up. Maybe we
Yes,
switch
it's
hands?
quite possible the events occurred like this.
Oh, okay. It was the wrong hand.
My dear Watson, now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
Okay. Deduce time. We've deduced already half of it. The victim wasn't afraid. She wasn't. She had a bonnet in her hand and was ready to exercise. Jesus. Okay, I deduced, Watson. I know what it is.
What shall we do, Holmes?
I think we should run away. What do I do now then? I've deduced. Oh, there's more. There's more to deduce. Yeah, I guess it was the customer. The murderer was standing in front of the victim to strangle her. I guess the killer strangled the victim with his right hand. Well, didn't we already... That's wrong. Didn't they say in the paper?
The victim was most probably
Okay,
dead before being
so
laid
we've
down.
all that
That's
and
the
we've come to the
heart-stop.
conclusion.
Gravity drained the
Strong
body slowly,
man.
not in a heavy spurt that would
Good
have stained
work.
half the street.
Thank you, Holmes. I understand why you told me not to change clothes. Do you realize that our behavior didn't alarm anyone?
The victim's ordeal was even more discreet. By acting in silence, we have confirmed something. The crime definitely took place here. The victim and her murderer were able to come here without making any noise, and afterwards the murder took place without the slightest cry being uttered. Come, Watson, let's go home. We have spent far too long in this sinister alley. And so, my dear Watson, the day and night which we passed in Whitechapel were enlightening, weren't they?
An adventure
Good
that I
stuff.
most certainly will never relate.
We've
The
solved
inner
it.
Skin of that poor woman. I prefer not to speak of it further. But have we really learned anything about the
No.
murder? Obviously a man, given the necessary strength.
We have little to go on, at least no more than the police. But in my opinion, Inspector Aberline has a trick or two up his sleeve. No, I want to talk about the facts and what we can draw from them.
I
We
guess
know where the crime
this
was
is a
committed
nice
and under
awkward
what
tutorial.
conditions. I'd like to ask you about the possible motives for the crime. According to you, Watson, what could have pushed the murderer to act in such a way?
Okay. More deducing, eh? I guess that's revenge.
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
I'm guessing that's black magic, credible motive.
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to this motive.
Theft.
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so
Good vibes to
fiercely
you,
just to
Onion.
rob her of a few
Enjoy your
coins.
luck. Thank you for stopping by for this bizarre game.
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
But what if he is?
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact that the victim didn't know her attacker.
Oh, you're better than me. I never clean. I'm so bad.
Homicidal
It is in
We've done. We're
well,
done.
We are still missing certain information in order to finish this
Why is there
investigation,
bullet
Watson.
holes in the wall? What is going on? Oh, that's nice, Khaled. There's cute people in chat. Cute people. Sorry, I wasn't listening, Watson. What do you want me to do?
I need more information.
Let's leave. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. Hee-hoo, said Kona. That's what Kona's doing right now. Yodeling. What information do I need though? I'm confuzzled. It wasn't that right?
Black magic?
I'm not terribly interested.
Yeah.
Homicidal insanity.
It is indubitable
Hydrate.
that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not.
A personal drama.
Love can.
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard
Revenge, Holmes?
revenge.
I've got no items.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
Like what? These are our conclusions. That she had a bonnet in her hand. That's gonna help us solve. Watson, help me. Stop running at me and
What
help.
are we doing, Holmes?
I don't know. I just don't know. He won't leave.
I need more information.
Yeah, so
I
we're
need
gonna
more
leave
information.
to get some. I'm baffled. Can I leave by this way?
I have no reason to go that way. I have no reason.
No? London? Baker Street?
I have no reason to go.
What's that angry, like, what are you doing? This
I
music.
have no reason to go.
Why are they so mad at me? I don't know what to do now. Where's Kona and her walkthrough when you need her? She's cleaning her apartment. You need to schedule. I need more information. I'm stuck. Okay, there we go.
I need more information.
You're driving me mad, Sherlock Holmes. I want you to know that. You've driven me to madness today. Let's go to bed. If I can't move. There we go. I think he might need more information, yeah. How about we go... I'm trying to change... There we go. Perspective, because then... I'm hoping the magnifying glass will show up and help. Okay, good. That did help. Oh look, a wig and a mustache. I forgot that Sherlock Holmes dresses up a lot. Is there anything useful in here? Or is it just for looks? Okay. Oh my god. Stop pressing E! I keep pressing E to open stuff. I'm driving myself mad. No. No. That's it. This is the only thing, and it's marked before the magnifying glasses went green. If there wasn't anything else to look at, maybe I should. Oh, do we put? Oh, we need to put which one we think it is. Yes. 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 I think it's all of them.
Well, we are still missing certain
I think we're going in for that. Madness.
Well, we are still missing certain...
What information? What am I going to get from this apartment?
Homicidal insanity.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. Well, we are still missing certain information.
Okay, I'm looking this up because this is doing my head in. I couldn't even find a good walkthrough before. No, I don't know. I don't know what we've got. Deduce, we did that. Okay. This one has this marked like this.
Elementary. Very well, Watson. I think that we've exhausted the topic. Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
I don't know how that makes sense, but okay.
Ah, it would seem that the investigation is advancing, Holmes. Yesterday's Star said that a suspect is in the hands of the police, a man with a rather sinister reputation.
I was about to join you in your optimistic outlook until you informed me that the good news came from the press, Watson.
But surely they wouldn't invent the fact that the police are holding a suspect, or the acts that are attributed to him.
You will have an exact answer to these two questions in less than 50 seconds,
Found a
Watson.
guide. Yeah, I've got an IGN one that looks
Enter,
alright.
Inspector.
Good day.
Dear Watson, allow me to introduce Inspector
Thanks, Khaled.
Adeline. Inspector Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your presence, Inspector?
I heard that the two of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
Pardon me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain Leather Apron?
Absolutely not. The man who hides
Like
behind
you
this
to getting
name is
warm.
indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Abeline's questions.
Indeed. I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarise ourselves with the preliminary reports, and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not been officially appointed by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well. To be frank, you take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case.
How is
Our
Purple?
image
Which
isn't very
one?
good, to say
Moomin
nothing of what the
or
press puts
Finn?
us through.
They're
Thus,
both good.
If overnight they found out that you
Finn's
were on
really
the case,
well at the
people
moment.
would turn against us.
And they would pester me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails. Neither you nor I wish for this to happen.
Finn's like a
I know that your
puppy.
time is precious, Inspector. I will
Finn's
send you a note
birthday is
regarding my
Halloween.
conclusions shortly.
31st of
pleasure.
October.
Gentlemen,
He'll be 11 years
Do you
old.
think that he will find the murderer?
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
Much
How
love
is
to the
that?
pup. Yeah,
The
he's
Inspector
so
spoke
cute.
of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
I took him on a walk before the stream and I saw he was like trying to eat something and I grabbed it out of his mouth and it was an animal bone. So, some murdered animal. Some dead animal's bone. Yeah, he was a bit quiet for a while. I thought, oh, he's getting older, but he seems to have like rallied and now thinks he's back to being a puppy. He has no intention of getting a driver's license. Selfish kitten. How could your kitten do that to you? Aww. Moomin's 15. They could be friends. Leather Apron. The sense of fear which the murder of the unfortunate woman Nichols has thrown over the neighbourhood and especially over her companion shows no sign of decreasing. A number of the street wanderers are in nightly terror of Leather Apron. One of our reporters visited one of the single women's lodging houses last night. It is in Thrall Street, one of the darkest and most terrible looking spots in Whitechapel. The house keeps open till 1 o'clock in the morning and reopens again at 5. In the house nightly are 66 women who get their bed for 4 pennies. The proprietor of the place, who is also owner of several other houses of a similar character in the neighbourhood, told some gruesome stories of the man who has now come to be regarded as the terror of the East End. Night after night, he said, had women come in and fainting condition after being knocked out by Leather Apron. He himself would never be out in the neighbourhood after 12 o'clock at night except with a loaded revolver. The terror, he said, would go to a public house or coffee room and peep in through the window to see if a particular woman was there. He would then vanish, lying in wait for his victim at some convenient corner hidden from the view of everybody. The police are making efforts to arrest him, but he constantly changes his quarters. Some of the unfortunate women state that he is now in one of the low slums in the borough. One of them said she saw him crossing London Bridge as stealthily as usual, with head bent, his skimpy coat turned up about his ears, skimpy coat, looking as if he were in a desperate hurry. The hunt for Leather Apron began in earnest last evening. Constables 43 and 173 J Division, into whose hands Leather Apron fell on Sunday afternoon, were detailed to accompany Detective Enright of the J Division in a search through all the quarters where the crazy Jewish man was likely to be. They began at 10:30 in Church Street in Shoreditch, rumour having located the suspected man there. They went through lodging houses, into pubs, down side streets, through their bull's-eyes into every shadow, and then searched the quarter thoroughly, but without result. The hunt continued. Later down in the Brick Lane neighbourhood, Florentine Lane being Leather Apron's preferred lodging place lately. He was not found here, however, and the search which then took the direction of London Hospital resulted in nothing. It is the general belief that the man has left the district. The clue furnished by the woman who denounced the man on Sunday is a very unfortunate one. Her offer to prove by two women that Leather Apron was seen walking with the murdered woman in Baker's Row at 2 o'clock last Friday is the most direct bit of evidence that has yet appeared. His conduct on Sunday was as usual. He never answers a question when it is put to him and only speaks under strong compulsion. Mike somebody, the grocer in George's Yard, dwelt a long time last evening on the peculiarity. He knows Leather Apron very well and has known him for 6 years. He says that the man is unquestionably mad, and that anybody who met him face to face would know it, that his eyes are never still but are always shifting uneasily, and he never looks anybody in the eye. Leather Apron used to live in the lodging house around the corner from the grocery and was turned out of there some months ago with an order not to return. The lodging house is a few doors below the model doorway in which the Turner woman was found with the 39 stabs. I wonder if these are real, because they are kind of rambling, so you would hope they're real, because otherwise somebody actually wrote that in 2008. I'm off. Get your coat.
Well, if I follow Holmes's instructions, then to begin my investigation into this Leather Apron, I must first head to the police station.
Just this whole building, this right here, it's just the most 2008 thing I've ever seen in my life.
Good evening, sir. What do you... I know you. You were here last week with
I know
Sherlock
you.
Holmes.
Indeed. I have come to bring a message from Sherlock Holmes for Inspector Aberline.
Very well, I will pass it on. But come to think of it, someone was asking about you recently. Finley, the caretaker of some shady boarding house nearby. Does that mean anything to you?
Ah.
Sadly, it kind of sounds like, my accent? Someone from near me? From Birmingham? But I don't know why a Whitechapel police officer would have that accent.
Actually, I read in the Star that you have arrested a suspect called
I read in the
Leather
Star that you have
shouldn't
arrested
believe
a
what you read in
subject.
that rag, sir. The man is being hunted, but we have yet to get our hands on him, and we aren't close to it either.
Why ever not?
Bah, he's a specialist in the streetwalker racket. These girls make pitiful witnesses, and we don't inspire confidence. Furthermore, the man seems to be pretty discreet lately. Someone must be helping to hide him.
How to get on his trail, then?
One of these girls would have to confide in us and give a valid description of the man. Then we'd ask around the journeymen, who use aprons, I imagine.
Should have heard this one child we spoke to. I don't know what their accent was.
Well, goodbye. I must go to Finley's boarding house.
I've pressed E. Oh, it's just a habit. Yeah, it's not. It's click. And I always press E.
Good evening, Finley.
Oh, good evening, sir. Aren't you the gentleman who was with the great detective the other time?
That is indeed me, Dr. Watson. Tell me, Finley, I was told that you were looking for us at the police station.
Indeed, I wanted to thank you for last time, you know. That vagrant has never set foot round mine again. I even found a tenant, one who pays his rent, I mean.
Is it leather apron?
You don't seem very happy, but you were lucky to have found a good tenant so quickly.
It's just that this man is very strange. He paid several days in advance and I gave him a key to the place. Since then, he goes out every night and returns at ungodly hours. I'm sure he goes to visit the ladies, but still, every night. And when he moved in, something must have broken in his case and stank up the stairs in his room for 2 days. I think it was a jar. It must be over there.
Was it a spleen? Was it a woman's
Tell me,
insides?
have you heard talk of leather apron?
By the papers, that's all. This man seems very sinister.
Do you know any journeymen who use this type of apron?
The slaughterhouse butchers, I believe, but definitely the cobblers. I know one, old Isaac Solomonovich. His workshop is on a small street in the Jewish community, across from the hospital. He's a good man. He can help you. But you know, the people there are very close and don't share much with non-Jews.
Thank you,
Bye.
Finley.
At your service, sir.
Click.
This odour is very strong indeed, but the whole neighbourhood as such has a dreadful stench. Finley might have an idea as to
I
what
did
this
press
jar
E.
contained.
What do you want, Doctor?
You're right. The pieces of the jar that your tenant broke do give off a strange smell.
It's true. That's quite normal given his trade.
Yes, and what would the trade be of your strange tenant?
A doctor
Eee.
like yourself, I believe.
An E
Dr.
counter.
Tumblety, a foreigner. Canadian, perhaps.
I would if I
Dr.
could.
Tumblety. It might be interesting to know more about him.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Finley.
At your service, sir.
You'll have to ask a mod nicely. Keep count. Okay. I meant to press it this time because I want to look at the map. Kona's cleaning. Is that the guy at the clinic, Dr. Tumblety? Kona's being an efficient human being while I play video games all weekend. Go to the clinic. I cannot see. There we go. They're just asking for murders to happen. Oh look, there's people in here now. You weren't ill yesterday when there was some juicy gossip, were you? What's in this cupboard? Let me in. Let me have a nosy. That's another
Good
one for the
evening,
e-counter.
My name is Dr. Watson. Pleased to meet you.
Good evening. I am Dr. Gibbons. Likewise. What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
I'm not. They're asking for murders to happen with all the dark corners. Okay, so it's not him who's the doctor. He's Dr. Gibbons. Oh, here we go.
A cobbler's shop.
Yes, Solomonovich. That's what they said, right?
Closed. I will
Let me
return
in.
later. The policeman said the street girls would know something about the leather apron. Maybe I should go and see Lucy.
Maybe only mods can do it. Click, not E.
Oh, it's
There we go.
you. I'm coming. Dr. Watson, how are you?
My Chemical Romance wants you to stop. It's the MCR from New Vegas.
Well, and yourself? And how's your uncle?
Well, he sleeps a lot, but he doesn't seem to be suffering. Your medicine has worked wonders. Thank you again.
It was the least I could do.
Goodness, I don't know what that was about.
I have come to see you about a certain leather apron. Have you heard of him?
Oh, yes, of course. Terrible things are said about that man.
Have you ever come across him?
Goodness gracious, no. But I know that he has threatened and taken many girls in my situation. I don't know what more I can say, but Bella would be able to tell you some.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at those quotes in so long. I don't think anything's been added in so long either.
Who is Bella?
Bella Pullman. She's the landlady of the place where I could take you there if you like.
Please do.
It's me. It's Lucy. This gentleman would like to speak to Bella. It's the doctor who helped me. I must leave to return to my uncle. Thanks again.
Not a click.
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
I don't like the look of you either.
If you'd be patient, Madam Bella will arrive in a moment.
Good evening. I am Dr. Watson. It is young Lucy who told me to come see you.
Ah, so you're the good Samaritan who saved her uncle without asking for anything in return. And now you've come to see me, no doubt, to explain that the poor little thing doesn't belong here, and you will see to her future. Well, if you expect me to let her leave with you...
It's not that, Ma'am. You should know I am a married man.
And why should that matter?
I'm here for information, and people are smooching.
I believe there has been a
I hear
misunderstanding.
that's what happens in
the
brothels.
reason that Lucy sent me here is that you may be able to give me some information about Leather Apron.
Are you a doctor or a constable?
I am most certainly a doctor, but I am acting in this matter in a private capacity, and I would like to find this man.
Well, if you're able to rid us of him, I'll give you a week's worth of free passes. That man is a thorn in our sides. He spies on the girls in the streets and watches them inside the houses, spying through the windows. And as soon as they're finished with a client, he jumps on them without any warning and forces them to give him their money. I've never seen him, but one of my girls was attacked by this man, and she said that he wore a leather apron and carried a knife. And his face, oh, he has a horrible head with rat's eyes and a deformed mouth. She even said that she knew his name, Pizer or Pizer, I think. But I don't know where she can be found. Margie, Nutcracker, the girl I'm talking about, could tell you more, but I had to let her go last week.
Where's Margie?
Why did you let Margie go?
The poor girl caught a shameful sickness, and the symptoms have attacked her face, if you know what
Syphilis.
I mean. So I gave her notice, and a little bit to help her along. I don't know where she is now, but she'll certainly be getting treatment at the clinic if she's still in the neighbourhood.
Did you speak to the police?
What would they do? Who cares about the girls in the streets?
Oh yeah, this is the Canadian doctor.
Would you have received a visit from another doctor, a stranger by the name of Tumblety?
I'm just like you, Doctor.
Sorry for the
Sworn to
yawning.
secrecy in my profession. But as I've taken a fancy to you, I can tell you that this name is not unknown to me. And if you do me a little favour, it is possible I might remember something about him.
What favour?
What kind of favour must I do for you?
You see that man over there? He's a rich artist, a painter, a regular client round here. Well, yesterday, he came and left his cane in the umbrella stand in the hall before going into one of the rooms. Well, when he returned to this room, the cane had disappeared. It's a cane with a massive silver knob. Must be worth a fortune. He threatened to call the police.
I'm not
unless
laughing
he
at
got
silver
free
knob.
services
Massive
in my
silver knob.
establishment for a year. I'll be forced to accept, unwillingly, of course, given the services that he's demanding, unless the cane is found.
Did you question the residents regarding the theft?
They didn't see anything, and there's not one of them that would risk stealing from a client here.
Who was in the room when your weasel of a client was in the chambers?
There were a few that came and went, but Mary could tell you better than I can, because she was the one at the counter yesterday.
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem, my angel.
Best not to stray off in that direction.
Go on
Best
for
not
it.
To stray off in that direction.
Go for it, Watson. Have a look around. Honestly, I can't remember already what she said to do. This is an intentional E. Mary. Who's Mary? And there's that woman at the clinic we could talk to. Find Kane, yeah. But where? What was that was an unintentional E. Okay, what you? Scrubbing the floors.
What happened to this rug?
Oh, it's when we got a coal yesterday. I asked the young man to fill the pail. Came back to put it down, but his feet were covered in soot and he made a black print. Madam Bella said it was my fault and I got a shilling's penalty. I also have to clean the print and it's no picnic. He has immense feet, that boy.
I heard that there was a theft yesterday. Did you see anything?
No, and I was here the whole time.
Who delivers the coal?
It's never the same person. I've never seen that lad before.
Do you always keep an eye on the coat stand?
Oh, yes. Well, when the coal delivery came, a client came out of the chambers and stopped me from seeing the boy who brought the bucket of coal. You don't think he would have taken advantage?
Maybe.
Until next time, miss.
With pleasure, sir.
There's loads of paper everywhere in this game. It doesn't let you even look at it.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear man. I was led to believe that you're a doctor.
None of the residents of this establishment are among my patients, sir.
Oh, you're not here as a doctor, but as a man, then. I understand. This is my kind of place, too. It's in these houses in Whitechapel that you find the girls that are the most natural and definitely the most docile.
Your way of speaking about these women is not that of a gentleman, sir.
All right, Watson, you loser.
I heard that you were the victim of a robbery here.
Oh, I'm not complaining. The loss of that walking stick will certainly bring me a very pleasant compensation.
Tell me about it.
What does your cane look like?
The stick is ebony, about 35 inches long. The round knob is made from chiseled silver with a ring around the middle of the same workmanship. Just like the
Watson
tip,
is
for that matter.
such a
If you
loser.
find it, don't tell a soul. Keep it for yourself. Got it?
Don't be boring, Watson.
Well,
We're in a
goodbye,
brothel.
Goodbye. Or until next time. And good evening.
Best not to stray off in that direction.
I can't remember which one's the exit, this one. Right, let's go to the clinic and talk to that syphilis-ridden woman.
You're in
Yes.
a rush, my pretty. Come. If you have the means, I can let you pass before everyone. But behind me.
Ha ha ha. Hee hee hee.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
I have come to see you about one of your patients. Margie goes by the nickname Nutcracker, who gets her
I wonder why she has that nickname.
She's a lady of the night and is afflicted with a venereal disease.
I know who you're talking about. Indeed, Margie has syphilis and is being treated with mercury.
Do you have her address?
No, and for your information, she left London for good 3 days ago. She felt threatened.
Ooh, yeah. I wonder what she did to get that name.
Margie felt threatened.
Hmm.
But by who?
I believe that Margie was particularly scared of a terrifying man who attacked her once.
Did she say the name Pizer or Pyther?
Unfortunately, she didn't give a name, but she described a man with shifty, rat-like eyes and a mouth twisted in a sinister grimace.
Did Margie have any idea where this man who terrified her so much might be found?
No, but she told me that another girl who'd been attacked like her had told her that this man worked in a cobbler's run by an old Israeli. Also, she saw him again last week, the night of the big fire. She told of going to see the fire like most everyone else in the area. While there, she recognised her attacker in the crowds gathered at the warehouses. There was no mistaking a face like that, she said. She kept an eye on the man the whole time the firemen were working in order to avoid him.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
Looking around. You're right.
This interview with the doctor revealed an important fact. Leather Apron could not be the Bucks Row murderer. According to Margie, the villain passed most of the night of the crime at the fire. He could not have been at the scene of the murder at the moment it was committed. He is, nonetheless, a dangerous character.
Oh, I'm not even that tired. I just keep yawning. Let's do a stretch. Ugh. Church. So we can't go in. Let's see if we go back to the police station and tell them that. Got the wrong guy.
The night is cool. What a horrible summer we have had. Does the name Tumblety mean anything to you?
Not at all. But if you like, I can make inquiries.
Fine, why not? One never knows.
Alright, not too bad then.
Goodbye.
At least we got something out of visiting here. Right, where could this lost cane thing be? They said about the coal, but I don't know where that is.
I have no reason to go that way.
Watson sounds so fed up with me. Let's have a look at the map. Have I got anything in? No new things to deduce. Rothel. Boarding house.
Out of the way, I don't like the look of you.
Why do you speak like that?
Can I get a refill, please?
Best not to stray off in that direction. Best not to stray off in that direction.
Just checking.
Best not to stray off in that direction.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Who delivered
hear
the
this
poem?
again.
It's never the same person. I've never seen that lad before.
Okay.
Until
Is
next
a
time.
boy.
With pleasure, sir.
Yes, Dr. Watson?
Thank you, Mum.
No problem, my
Stop
angel.
yawning me. Yeah, it'd be well easy to take something. It's by the entrance. Maybe they should move the hat stand, like, here. Near the reception desk. I'm just thinking. Ways to improve the area, you know. I'm not sure what to do now. We've got no one else to talk to.
I've wasted enough time with you. You don't understand nothing.
I don't. It's true.
If you have the means, I can let you...
Somebody already used that line on me. It didn't work then, it's not working now. I don't know if I look for a child who might be... Yeah, my microphone keeps disconnecting. It is well annoying. I could try and do something about it. You.
No, it would be better not to insist.
I have played that before. I didn't really
I
like
have no
it that
reason
much.
to go that way.
I did stream it. I wasn't fond. Oh, this sack manufacturer, okay. I think other people love it. I just don't really like stealth. And you don't have to go stealth. But I also just found it very... Because they're like generated, the crimes, I wasn't really interested in them. I'm looking for some coal, people. And I'm doing a bad job of it. Yeah. Coal. Anybody sell coal around here? I don't even know if that's the right thing to do. Okay. Maybe near the clinic? This is Whitechapel Street. That's the crime scene. He's gonna
no reason to go that way.
He's gonna kick off. Hello,
Tell
officer.
me, is it?
You should return home, sir.
Here's the smoochers.
I have no reason to go that way.
Yes, please, Khaled. What was that? Came up. Please. Please. Hint, please.
Bucks Row.
Oh. Where do I go? If not that, what? No, Watson won't move forwards for some reason. There we go. Visit the dock. We just visited the dock. And he said she's gone. This dock? she's done a runner.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I've already spoken
Goodbye,
to
Dr.
him.
Gibbons.
Until we meet again.
Let me in your cupboard of mysteries. Nothing. It wouldn't let me look in it. There's no option to open it. Oh, maybe I should show him this glass thing that's in my inventory. Maybe that'll do.
What can I do for you?
No.
Goodbye, Dr. Gibbons.
Until we meet again, my dear colleague.
Okay, I'm gonna fix the microphone. So that ain't it. I'm looking at it now. There's nothing. Nothing's coming up.
A
Oh, there we go.
large black footprint.
Still not let me look in it, though. So I guess now we talk to the doc and ask him.
What can I do?
Pardon me, Doctor,
Thanks,
but
Khaled.
The brother of...
prostheses are very expensive.
He told me that one of his uncles gave him a walking stick with a chiselled silver knob. But this object...
I'm just skipping. I'm not interested.
Doctor, I have reason to believe that the silver knob that you possess is from a cane.
That's what I was worried about. The story of the uncle seemed a little strange. Nevertheless, you must have proof of what you claim.
So be it, but something is bothering me. I will need a complete...
Don't worry, dear chap. Build one. I can loan you some tools. Make use of the
Why
odds
do
and
I...
ends in my
Oh,
cupboard.
he just gave me the
It'll help get
silver
rid
off
of
the
it.
end.
Well, I shall try. I will have to remember the description that Sickert gave.
He said
Goodbye,
something about
Dr. Gibbons.
35
Until we meet
inches.
again, my dear colleague.
I remember that. Now will it let me look into... Let's have a look. Ah, okay. In the space at the right. Okay, so it's a big... Actually, can I close this and look? Intentional E. It was an intentional E. It was intentional. Okay. The stick is ebony, about 35 inches long. The round knob is made from chiselled silver with a ring around the middle. Just like the tip. Okay, around middle. Tip the same. Okay. Let's do this. I'm doing great. Thanks, Khaled. Ebony. What's... Ring around the middle. Just like the tip.
There, all done. Holmes couldn't have done better himself.
What can I do for you, my dear colleague?
Smashed it.
I believe I found the knob from the stolen cane, which I succeeded in putting back together.
That's the one. And yet I cannot give it to you, Doctor. I will only return it to the police, and only
So you're a
if there is
liar.
an official complaint against
So
me.
you're a liar,
Would there be
Dr.
a way
Gibbons.
to convince you to give me the cane?
Find me a dozen solid adjustable harnesses for wooden leg prostheses, and it's yours, Doctor.
That's very specific. Sure. Harnesses
Goodbye,
with
Dr. Gibbons.
prosthetics.
Until we meet again,
sure,
my dear
Doc.
colleague.
What a bizarre request for a hidden object game. Well, point and click. I'm just gonna go. Can't I just go and tell on him, and that guy can come beat him up? He's a bloody liar. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yale. E. Where am I going to get harnesses from? I found your stick and this
Loosen your
doctor's
belt, my
keeping it
friend. You're in Whitechapel.
hostage. I can't tell
Well,
him.
goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
What?
These paintings are suggestive, at the very least.
They're not that bad, are they really? Get over it.
Yes, Dr. Watson?
Thank you, ma'am.
No problem.
They let me snitch on that doctor.
Best not to stray off in that direction.
Okay, somewhere around the dot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Was it that shoemaker or whatever he was? Is he going to be open now? This one? Boots and shoes?
There's nobody here. How very odd.
Well, then I'm gonna steal. I will be stealing everything you have.
I say, these things look like harnesses. Oh my, they are noisy. Good evening, sir. Pardon the interruption. The door was open. I didn't think that I would find anyone working at this hour.
Good evening, sir. I didn't hear you come in.
Say, those things that made noise, they are really harnesses, aren't they?
Yes, horse harnesses. But I must tell you, sir, that the store is normally closed at this hour. That is why I've asked you to return tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so weird. Some people sound alright, like Watson, he sounds very clear, like he's like it was recorded in a proper studio. And then some people, I don't know, maybe they let them like have their mouths way too close or something.
I didn't come about my
And then the
shoes.
accents,
I
don't
came
get
to
me
speak with a
started.
cobbler, perhaps one of your former employees, a man with very particular habits.
You aren't with the police by any chance? I'm sorry, but I do not want to speak of anything but shoes with you.
Okay. Yeah, Sherlock is the worst, considering he's like the main character. He's very muffled and not properly balanced. Oh, bye, Khaled. Have a great day. Oh, yeah, if you can post it in the Discord, that'd be really good, thank you.
I am not a policeman. I am Dr. Watson. It's Mr. Finlay, who told me that you might be in a position to inform me.
Ah, that Mr. Finlay is a very brave man. And if he sent you, then you must certainly be a worthy man also. So, Doctor, who is this cobbler with strange habits?
The man of whom I speak is called Pizer or Pyther, a man with a frightening face. Do you know him?
Yes, John Pizer. He worked here for a while, but he is no longer here.
Do you know where I can find him?
No, and if you look, you will not find him.
Why?
Because he is in hiding, Doctor. You see, a week ago,
And he was a criminal.
horrible murder took place in the neighborhood. A rumor circulated that he might have been responsible for this crime. They say he has quarreled with women of certain virtue in the past, if you understand me.
Isaac, it is about the Bucks Row case that I have come to see you. I have the certitude and an incontestable witness that Pizer is innocent, at least of this crime, although he has attacked a number of street women. If he doesn't come forward to explain himself to the authorities, he is condemned to hiding and to take the fall for this murder. Furthermore, it will cast suspicions on your community because they must be hiding him. And while the whole police force is hunting for him,
My
they
tummy's
cannot
rumbling.
concentrate on the real assassin who roams the streets and, one
Thanks,
never knows,
Khaled.
may take any one of you any day.
If what you say is true, your visit is a godsend to our community, Doctor. I tell you something. I know Sergeant Thick, an honest policeman who lives in the area. I'll tell John's family that he must go there to explain himself. But if you could please go as soon as possible to the police to give them this report that you say is incontestable.
Oh, you
I will
have
go
fun
as soon
because
as
you
I take leave
awesome.
of you.
Thank you. If I can ever be of service in any way, do not hesitate to ask.
I need the
Could we
harnesses though.
transform your horse harnesses into harnesses for wooden legs? Adjustable harnesses.
A good craftsman can do anything, Doctor. And I do believe that's what I am. Come back in a while and it will be done. That will be my thanks for what you have done.
Right, thank you. One
I
nice
shall
man.
return later.
At your convenience, sir.
Okay,
I
intentional
am
E.
spent. I would like to return home, but I promised to go to the police as soon as I could. Now then, let's go to the police station.
I feel like how does. Yeah, I feel like I should save. I just realised I have not. And that would be a disaster. I would not be replaying if the game crashed. So, okay, but I am going to BRB to just go and stretch my legs, etc. So, you do the same. Okay, unfortunately, I am going to have to go because my granddad has turned up as a surprise visit. So we'll play more tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. No, you enjoy the game, EAL. Don't keep pressing E like me. Yeah, I like these games. I've got... Which one have I got downloaded? Devil's Daughter? Isn't that meant to be like the best one? Oh, thank you for stream, Lexi. Thank you, Charlie. I'm gonna go and talk to my granddad.